Welcome to another episode of Pets are Family, and today I have a very special guest, Dr. Amrut. Thank you so much for coming to the show, sir.
Thank you for inviting me.
And to be honest, I'll look at the camera and say this, I'm a little nervous. Why? Because I have an expert sitting here, and look at his mush, sometimes I get scared. And second thing is, he's very straight on the face, very honest, and this is going to be a superb interview. Stay tuned. Sir, please introduce yourself in less than a minute.
Namaste. Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Amrut. I did my Canine Psychology studies in New Zealand. 2009, I graduated. I got my PhD from, honorary PhD from the Global University of Boston this year in the January for Canine Behaviour and Training. Presently, I'm an appointed master trainer to the CID Maharashtra Police Dog Squad. Most or all dogs of all departments and districts in Maharashtra who detect bomb, drug and crime would be trained under me as decided by the government. I also head the tracker dog unit of Karnataka. Karnataka is the first in the country to have their own forest department tracker dog unit training center. This is what we do. I also run Amrut Dog Guru Services Private Limited. We supply bomb detection dogs to all IT parks, software companies, tech parks in Bangalore and around the South India. Similarly, universities like Alliance, Manipal, Symbiosis, they have drug detection dog and handlers that we support.
Awesome. You also mentioned that you have 200 dogs. Is it true?
Yes, I have 200 plus dogs.
200 plus dogs.
Yeah, more than 200. Approximately 250 dogs.
250 dogs. And how do you manage them?
I have 71 dogs of mine who work as bomb detection, drug detection dogs across the country. They manage us. They feed the other dogs. They feed my family. They feed my staff. I have 91 staff. So my staff, my dogs are all fed by these 71 dog and handlers who work outside.
Okay. So before 2009, did you have a clue that there's a career in dog behavior? And how did you get into this?
Dogs have been a very integral, important part of my life from school. 98, when I was in my 8th standard, is when I started selling puppies.
Oh.
Right. So I sold puppies till my 8th, 9th, 10th level, PUC plus 2. And then during my engineering days, which was more of the Vodafone and the mobile revolution started, 16 rupees in coming out going time. So then I started reselling puppies, then got into dog shows, exhibiting dogs, importing, exporting dogs.
All when you were in 8th standard?
No, 8th to 12th was only reselling puppies.
Okay.
So they go to veterinary clinics. We used to have a notice board with a photo of 6 puppies and their phone number, landline number. So write it down, 1 rupee coin booth, the yellow phone, call them, tell what is the price. Then go to your social, parent, social, family, friends, Lions Club or the other clubs your parents were involved with, associations. And then talk to people who wanted puppies. Cycle ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಅದನ್ನ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬನಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸೈಕಲ್ ತಲೆ ಆಚೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸೈಕಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅಲ್ಸೂರಿಂದ ಜೈನಕರಿಗೆ ಬಂದು ಜೈನರಿಗೆ ಮರಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಅಲ್ಸೂರ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಮಿಕ್ಕಿ ದುಡ್ಡು ನಾವು ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು. ಸೊ ಈ ರೀತಿ ಶುರು ಆಗಿದ್ದು. ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ 8, 9, 10, 11, 12ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. 12 ಆಗುವಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಇಟ್ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಲಿಟಲ್ ಬಿಗರ್.
So parents were okay with it, sir?
Lot of time parents didn't know. I had Manindra Ache culture. I got albino anta what we say, whether it is boxers or Great Danes. If there is, according to the breed standard, if there is less amount of black or other color or they are full in white, it's sold for a higher price because it looks good, fooling pet parents. But then they are a recessive gene. So it doesn't get positive characters from the mother or the father. So these albino dogs turn out with a lot of health issues. They're blind, they're deaf, they have kidney liver function concerns. So on the albino code, Great Dane ಸಿಕ್ಕಿತ್ತು. ಮನೇಲಿ ತಂದು ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ಕೇಳಿದೆ ಮುಚ್ಚಿಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸಾಕಿದೆ. ಹುಟ್ಟಿದಾಗಿಂದ ಮನೇಲಿ ಮರಿ, ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ 3-4 months. ದೊಡ್ಡ ಮನೆ ಬಂಗ್ಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಏನಾಯ್ತು, ಅಮ್ಮ ವಾಸ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಯಾರ್ಡ್, ಮಾಡಿ ಮೇಲಿಂದ ಅದು ಬಗ್ ನೋಡಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಅಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ನಾಯಿದು ಶಾಡೋ ಬಿತ್ತು, ಬಿಗ್ ಡಾಗ್ ಶಾಡೋ. ಶಿ ಟರ್ನ್ಡ್ ಅರೌಂಡ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಪಪ್ಪಿ. ಇದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬಂತು ಏನು ಅಂತ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್, ಅದು ಕಣ್ ಕಾಣಲ್ಲ, ನಾ ಬಿಡಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ಮನೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು ನಾಯಿ ಇದೆ, ಕಾವಲ್ ಕಾಯುತ್ತೆ, ಜರ್ಮನ್ ಶೆಪರ್ಡ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಫೇರ್ ಡೀಲ್. ನಾ 2-3 ನಾಯಿ ಸಾಕೋದು. ಅಂಡ್ ನನ್ಗಿದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಇಟ್ಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಮೀಡಿಯಾಕರ್ ಎಟ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್. ಹಂಗೂ ಹಿಂಗೂ ಪುಷ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಗ್ರೇಟ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್. ಎಲ್ಲ 10th ಅಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಅವಾಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಟೈಮ್ಗಳು ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಸರ್, ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರಿದ್ರು, ಪೇಪರ್ ಸಿಗೋದು
ನಮ್ದು ಅದೇ ಕೇಸ್.
ನಥಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಹೈ. ಬಟ್ ಸ್ಕೂಲಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗಲಿ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲೇ ಆಗಲಿ ದಟ್ ಬೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಮನಿಗೆ ಬೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಸೆಲ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಪ್ಪೀಸ್ ಆಗೋದು, ಆ ದುಡ್ಡು ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಕಣ್ಣು ಕಿವಿ ಇಲ್ದಾರೆ ನಾಯಿಗೆ ಊಟ ಹಾಕು, ಬಿಸ್ಕೆಟ್ ಕೊಡು, ಅದು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲದೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನೇನು NGO ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾಟ್ ಡೂಯಿಂಗ್ ರೈಟ್. ನಾನು ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಪಫ್ ತಿಂದಿರ್ತೀನಿ, ಏನಿಲ್ಲ ನಾನೆಲ್ಲ ನಾಯಿ ಮಾರಿ ದುಡ್ಡಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ನಾಯಿಗೆ ಊಟ ಹಾಕಿದೆ ನಾನು, ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಫಸ್ಟು ಅಪ್ನೆ ಕುರ್ಸಿ ಪೇಟಿ ಬಾಂಧೋ ದೂಸರೆ ಕಾ ಸಹಾಯತಾ ಕರೋ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಆ ರೀತಿ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ಹೌ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ವೆಂಟ್. ಬೈ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಬರೋ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ 20-21 ವರ್ಷ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಬಂತು, 19-20 ಆಗ್ತಿದ್ದಂಗೆ
ಏನು ಓದಿದ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ಇವಾಗ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ?
PCMB PUC. So why biology ಅಂತ came back because since then that thing was there. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈಸೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕಾಕ್ರೋಚ್ ಅದು ಇದು ಬಂದಾಗ ನಂದಲ್ದೆ ಇನ್ನ 4 ಜನ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ ಪಟ್ 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 ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಅನಿಮಲ್ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಸ್ಟಫ್ ವಾಸ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ದೇರ್ ಇನ್ ಸ್ಟಡೀಸ್. ದೆನ್ ವೆಟನರಿ ತಗೋಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು, ಬಟ್ ಐ ಕುಡಂಟ್ ಗೋ ಥ್ರೂ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವೆಟನರಿಲಿ ಐ ಫೌಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ವಿತ್ ಹೋಮ್ವರ್ಕ್ ದಟ್ ನಾಯಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಏನೂ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸಿ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ವೆಟನರಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್, ಆನಿಮಲ್ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. BVSCಲಿ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪೌಲ್ಟ್ರಿ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೆರಿಕಲ್ಚರ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಈ ತರ, ವೇರ್ ವೈಲ್ಡ್ ಆನಿಮಲ್ಸ್. ಡಾಗ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಾಗ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಕಮ್ಮಿ ಇತ್ತು
ಆಗ, ಅಥವಾ
ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಬೋದಾಗಿತ್ತು. ಅಂಡ್ ನನಗೆ ಬೇರೆದು ಯಾವ್ದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗೆ ಆಸಕ್ತಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಐ ಆಮ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಬಾದರ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಕೌ, ಹಾರ್ಸ್, ಸ್ನೇಕ್, ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎಸ್ ನಾನೊಂದು ಹಸು ಸಾಕಿದ್ದೀನಿ, ಕರು ಇದೆ, ಕೆನಲಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಯಿಗಳಿಗೆ ಮೊಸರು ಬೇಕು, ಸೊ ಅದು ಇದೆ, ಅವಳು ನನ್ನ ಜೊತೆ ಓಡಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾಯಿ ತರನೇ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಮ್ಮು
ಹಸು ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲೇ
ಕೆನಲಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕೆಂಗೇರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಬಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ಅದು ಪೆಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ತಿನ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಕೆಲವು ಸತಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಹಸು, ನಾಯಿಗಳ ಜೊತೆ ಆ ಥರ. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಒನ್ ಅಮಾಂಗ್ ಆಲ್ ಆಫ್ ದೆಮ್ ಇನ್ ದಟ್ ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಬಟ್ ಇಂಟ್ರೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆನ್ ಟ್ರೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಸ್ನೇಕ್, ಟ್ರೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅನ್ ಎಲಿಫೆಂಟ್, ಟ್ರೀಟಿಂಗ್ ಅ ಬರ್ಡ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಮೈ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಆಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಕೆನೈನ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಅರ್ಧಂಬರ್ಧ ಮಾಡಿ ಏನೋ ಸರ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹಂಗು ಹಿಂಗು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ಲಾಗ್ಸ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಇಯರ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆಗಿ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾಯಿ ಇಂಪೋರ್ಟಿಂಗು, ಶೋ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಶೋನಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸಿಬಿಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ದೋಸ್ ಡೇಸ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ 2006, 7, 8 ಐ ವಾಸ್ ನೋನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಬುಲ್ ಮಾಸ್ಟಿಫ್ಸ್. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಗುಡ್ ಬುಲ್ ಮಾಸ್ಟಿಫ್ಸ್. ಐ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಶೋ ದೆಮ್ ಆ ಥರ. ಈಗ
they are also known as gentle giants, right?
That is English mastiff.
Okay.
English mastiff because they're very big dogs, the royal dogs, and they couldn't guard bigger properties. Then they decided for game guard dogs anta madana, farmhouse big properties estates ge anta British bulldog or English bulldog with English mastiff bred and came out bull mastiff. Which are smaller, they have a punch, they are more muscular, they're easy to guard 10, 15, 30, 40 acres of properties.
Oh, that big. Okay.
That's how they the evolution of bull mastiff happened. So bull mastiff breed ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೆ. Then my brother was in the US, our KREC ಓದಿ he done his structural MS ಅಮೆರಿಕಲ್ಲಿದ್ರು, ಅಖಿಲ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. He came down and he suggested, ನೀ ನಾಯಿನೇ ಮಾಡೋದಿದ್ರೆ then why don't you go outside and study about dogs, because it's your passion from what your childhood. So learn what you want to do and do ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. That's when throughout the world we got in 2 places. One was somewhere in London School of Canine, so ಆ ಥರ ಏನೋ ಇತ್ತು. There they told 8-9 years of education, another probably ಆಗಿನ ಕಾಲದಲ್ಲೇ 1 ಕೋಟಿ ಏನೋ ಕೊಟ್ಟಬೇಕಾಗಿತ್ತು. Then ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಅಪ್ಪ they paid for my engineering tuition. So ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ತಿರುಗ ಕೇಳೋದು ನನಗೂ ಆ ಟೈಮ್.
But you were already earning money, right?
ಸರ್ ಅವಾಗೇನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇವಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಹಾಕೊಂಡ್ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಅವತ್ತು ಬಂದಿದ್ದು ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕುಡಿದು ತಿಂದು ಖಾಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಕುಡಿದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ಪೆಪ್ಸಿ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಬಿಗ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ನಾವು ಮೊಟ್ಟೆ ಅದೇನೋ 7-Up ಮುಚ್ಚಳುಗಳೆಲ್ಲ ಅದೇನೋ ಫಿಡೋ ಡಿಡೋ ಸ್ಟಿಕರ್ ಬರೋದು, ದಟ್ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಬಿಗ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಸೊ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೂಡಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಓದೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ 14 ಲಕ್ಷ ಫೀಸ್ ಇತ್ತು ನ್ಯೂಜಿಲೆಂಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ವೇರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಐ ಗೆಟ್?
2008 ಅಲ್ಲಿ 14 ಲಕ್ಷ.
It was certificate in animal management or with Canine Behaviour and Training was the bachelor. So Canine Behaviour Training ಬಂದಾಗ
ಈ ಐಡಿಯಾ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರದರ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ ಸರ್ ಇದು?
ಫಾರಿನ್ ಹೋಗಿ ಓದು ಒಂದಿದ್ದು ಅವರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹುಡುಕಿದ್ವಿ. ಹುಡುಕ್ದಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸಿಕ್ತು. ಅಲ್ಲಿ they were surprised. You'll not believe, even when I was passing out, I still can't forget, New Zealand is like Europe. It's 4 seasons in a day. London tara. So we had practicals and when my turn came, it was raining, cats and dogs. I took the dog, I went there, rain stopped. So our teacher then spoke loudly that I could hear. He would have called India, they would have thrown few snakes into fire that it stopped rain here. So 2009 ali people still felt that India is snake catchers.
Wow.
ಪೂಜೆ ಪುನಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋರು ಅನ್ನೋ ರೀತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅವತ್ತು ಸಹ ಜನದ ಮೈಂಡ್ ಸೆಟ್ ಇದ್ದದ್ದು. ಸೊ admission they were very skeptical. They said first avaga first in Asia, illivargu first in India to do this studies. So avrige enu andre can these people understand so much of it? Do we have to teach them all these anta ansidda nanige. So they gave me a conditional visa for a month. Come and prove your abilities with the dog, then we'll give you an admission anta.
With your dog?
With their dogs.
With their dogs?
With their dogs. Then I understood the reason was not that. It was the integrity that they wanted to check. Because the course that I did in Unitech Mount Albert, then the course is no more. They stopped in 2015 because the tutors passed away and they got retired and stuff. That was the only entry for Pacific Island police dog squad jobs. Australian police, New Zealand police, Samoa, Fiji, all these islands, if you want to get into dog squad of the police system, then you should have done this course. So regardless of your age, you're 40 or 50 or 18, if you finish this course, you get into a police job. Where you're training dogs for bomb and drugs and handling dogs for bomb and drugs, airport work. So they wanted to know an Indian coming here, learning dog science, can turn out to be a threat to their country also, because we know how to then distract a dog. So they wanted to check that. I was also offered job with Australia and New Zealand police the moment I finished. But then I decided to come back for my own good.
So you didn't stay there? You didn't work there?
No, I finished, the day I finished my course, I came back.
People who go to New Zealand stay back there. That's a beautiful country.
I have people cursing me. I didn't even go to Christchurch, Wellington.
Queenstown?
No, Queenstown.
ಏನು ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ?
ಏನು ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ. ನಾನು ನಂದು ಓದೋದು ನಾಯಿದು ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಾಗಿದ್ದು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸಂಪಾದನೆಗೆ. ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಅ ಲೈಫ್ ಗಾರ್ಡ್, ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಅನ್ ಅಶಲ್ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮರ್ ಬಿಫೋರ್ ಇಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಫ್. ಸೊ ಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಲ್ಬರ್ಟ್.
You work part time?
Yeah, part time ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಗೆ 20 hours 24 hours ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. $12 ಬರೋದು, $2 ಕಟ್ ಆಗೋದು. ಸೊ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದ್ದನ್ನು ಸದ್ಯ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಮುಗಿಸೋದು. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟು ಬೈ ಅ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಕಾರ್ ದೇರ್. ವಿ ನೀಡೆಡ್ ಅ ಕಾರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕೋರ್ಸ್. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು. ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಡೇ ಐ ಕಾಂಟ್ ಓನ್ ಅ ಡಾಗ್. ಸೊ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟು ಟೇಕ್ ಸಂಬಡೀಸ್ ಡಾಗ್, ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಮೈ ಯೂನಿವರ್ಸಿಟಿ ಟು ಸಂಬಡೀಸ್ ಹೌಸ್, take their dog, come back to class, finish the class, go back, drop their dog to their house. And our practicals were in the jungles and the woods, so we had to take the dog and go search and rescue elladakku. So nanna I irlilla.
These are special dogs for this course or any dog?
The course shuru adagle they used to put off a notice in all the vet clinics. People who want to give their dogs for the course, you can give anta. So we used to pick them up in the morning, drop them in the evening. Avrige ಏನು ಅಂದ್ರೆ free of cost or night care take ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, training ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ.
Nice.
ನಾಯಿಗೂ ಟೈಮ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆ ಆ ರೀತಿ. ಸೊ ಅದು ವಿ ನೀಡೆಡ್ ಎ ವೆಹಿಕಲ್. ಸೊ ಅದರದ್ದು ಫ್ಯೂಯಲ್ಲು, ಆ ನಾಯಿದು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ಸು, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಮತ್ತೊಂದೆಲ್ಲ ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿ ಅರ್ಧಂಬರ್ಧ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಷ್ಟಪಟ್ಟು ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ತಿರ್ಗಾ ಮನೆಗೆ ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೇಳೋಕ್ಕೆ ಕಷ್ಟ. ಮುಗ್ದಾಗ ಐ ಸ್ಪೋಕ್ ಟು ಮೈ ಡ್ಯಾಡ್, ಹಿಂಗಾಗಿದೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ದೇ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ 6 or 7 years I had to give a write up that I have to stay there, because once a dog is trained with me in the police, till the dog retires I shouldn't leave and go back to the country. I can come back with communicable diseases anta. You know how New Zealand is very very strict about MAF, Ministry of Agriculture, Forestry, plant and animal products ಬರಬಾರ್ದು. So by human ಹೋಗಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಅವನು ಏರ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಡ್ಯೂಟಿಗೆ ಅದೇ ಕೆಲಸಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಾಗ I can carry a lot of things in me also as infections that need not always be very active, inactive infection. So they said the dog retire agovarigu you can't go back if you join the job. We'll give you a permanent residentship adalla ittu, because it's a police job. Then Appa said come back for a year and see your luck here. Two things. How many ever years you're there, you'll still be a foreigner. Even if you're generations and generations. You're not a Kiwi for sure, or an Maori. But if you come back here, you'll be the only one. I can feed you for another year if you want to come back. Try your luck here. If it doesn't succeed, go back. If it does, stay back. And I came down, and luckily friends there in New Zealand, I met my old school friend who was doing his mass media communication there. Shreyas Anta. Then he came down, he worked for TV9 News 9. He was for 10-12 years. He was the bureau chief for crime TV9 by the time. Then something. So later, he introduced me to News 9. News 9 was a local English channel. Like TV9. News 9 from News 9 was an English news channel. So they're still there. So News 9 did last month also, Nabila Anta, she did a show about dog stuff, and I was on the panel talking. So adralli they did a program called Dog Guru Amrut anta shuru madidru. So weekly we used to go shoot at a person's place who had a dog and a concern, bring it down to a 30-minute episode.
Wow.
The half day program, like somebody's dog pulls a lot, somebody's dog doesn't give space when it's having food aggression, vehicle aggression, car hattalla, ಸ್ನಾನ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ, ಅಥವಾ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ಕಂಡ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟ ಇಲ್ಲ, ನಾಯಿ ಜಗಳ ಆಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದ್ರದ್ದು ಶೂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಡೇ. ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಟು ಕಮ್ ಆನ್ ಅ ಥರ್ಸ್ಡೇ ಈವ್ನಿಂಗ್ at 5:30. ಸೊ ದಟ್ ಪ್ರೋಗ್ರಾಮ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಮಿ ಅ ಲಾಟ್ ಮೋರ್ ಕ್ಲೈಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕಿಂತ appreciation, affection, ಜನರು started recognizing me, recognition ಸಿಕ್ತು. Then ಬಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ I never went back. Till now I have not been able to go back. I still dream of going back to my university, having those days of ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದು ನಾಯಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗು, ನಾಯಿನೂ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡು all those things. But then so since then it's been there. Then Karnataka Police hired me, Indian Railways hired me. So
but 2010 ಅಲ್ಲಿ as a dog behavior, was there a career in India coming back? 2008 you went to New Zealand.
9 I came back. 10 ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಶುರು ಆಗಿದ್ದು. They wasn't ಇವಾಗಲೂ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನ ಏನ್ ಅನ್ಕೋತಾರೆ, ನಾಯಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಟ್ರೈನರ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾಯಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ, which never has happened. It won't happen also.
So everybody thinks.
So to break the ice, it took a long time. Then we picked up a place, made a dog school, Kengeriyalli. Then so people started coming there, understanding packal ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಾಯಿ ಜೊತೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಕಲಿತಾ ಇದೆ, ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ನಾಯಿ ಕಲಿಯೋಕ್ಕೂ ಸೋಷಿಯಲೈಸೇಷನ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಖ್ಯ. ಒಂದೇ ನಾಯಿ ಮನೆಗೆ ಟ್ರೈನರ್ ಬಂದು ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಮನೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕಾಂಪೌಂಡಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ನೀವು ಗೇಟ್ ಆಚೆ ಹೋದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಎಳೆದು ಬಿಡಿಸ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ನಾಯಿ ನೋಡಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ. ಸೊ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ಬೇಕು, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು, ಎಜಿಲಿಟಿ ಅಂದ್ರೇನು. ಸೊ ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ಟು ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟೆಡ್ ಪಿಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಪ್.
So today you are a known name in India. In 2010, how did you introduce yourself? ಅವಾಗ
ಡಾಗ್ ಗುರು ಅಂತ ಬಂತು, ಅಂಡ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ಎಪಿಸೋಡ್ ವಾಸ್ ಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಆನ್ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬ್.
2010 ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಗ್ ಗುರು ಅನ್ನೋದು ಅಷ್ಟು ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗ ಆಗಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಸರ್?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಶುರು ಆಯ್ತು. ಡಾಗ್ ಬಿಹೇವಿಯರ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ, ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಕೊಡೋದೇ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ. ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣ ಮನೆ ಹುಡುಗ ನಾಯಿ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ನಾಯಿ ಸಾಕೋನ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ಯಾರು ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಐ ವಾಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಲಕ್ಕಿ ದಟ್ ಐ ಆಮ್ ಬ್ಲೆಸ್ಡ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವೈಫ್ ಹೂಸ್ ಮೈ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್, ಹೂಸ್ ಮೈ ಗುಡ್ ಫ್ರೆಂಡ್, ಹೂಸ್ ಮೈ ಆ ರೀತಿ. ಇವನ್ ದೆನ್ ವೆನ್ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾಗ ಐ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ಲಿ ದಟ್ see, if you are okay first, then I had two of my English mastiffs then when I'd come down. So Shiny anta heli and Lucy anta heli. Lucy is a direct Australian import. So I told these are two dogs who I trust my life with. And papa avuru, she had not even seen a Labrador. ಅವರು ನಾಯಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪಮರೇನಿಯನ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ಫಿಲಮ್ ಗಿಲಮಲ್ಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ರೋಡಲ್ಲಿ ನಾಯಿ ಇರೋದು ಆ ಥರ. ಅವ್ರ ಮನೇಲಿ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾಯಿಗೆ ಅಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿಲ್ಲ ನಾಯಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ, ಈ ಥರ ಜರ್ಮನ್ ಶೆಪರ್ಡ್, ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ರಾಡಾರ್, ಬೆಲ್ಜಿಯನ್ ಅದು. So I'll take you to the dogs. If they are comfortable with you, then ನನಗೇನು ಹಿಂದೆ ಮುಂದೆ ಏನೂ ಇಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ, ನೀವು ಒಪ್ಪಿ ಅವ್ರು ಒಪ್ಪಿದ್ರೆ ಡನ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಥರ ನಂದಿದ್ದೆ. And both the dogs were so very comfortable with her. And the best part is each dog was like 100 kilo dog. And they accepted her so well the first meeting. ನಾನು ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾರೆ ಅಂದೆ, they are done, I am done. ಇನ್ನು ಮಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಯೋಚನೆ, ನೀವು ಮನೇಲಿ ಹೋಗಿ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಿಳಿಸಿ ಸಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಇಟ್. Reason being, lot of people don't know, the most richest people of America once upon a time, the board directors of Disneyland were selected like this. When Walt Disney selected his 11 directors, he had 9 dogs, if I'm not wrong. Numbers I may forget a little bit. 9 dogs or 11 dogs or 9 directors, 11 dogs, something similar. He got people to come, and the person who all his dogs accepted. It's not that, come here, sweetie. Not that you tell. If the dog came and accepted, and all dogs are different breeds, different behavior, different ages. So if all these dogs accepted that person, regardless of his education, his knowledge, his information, he would get a job, and they were the first founder directors of Disneyland.
Oh wow.
That's how he selected people.
ನಿಜ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ ಇದು. ನಿಮ್ದು ನಿಜ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ?
ನಂದು ನಿಜ, ಆಬ್ವಿಯಸ್ಲಿ ನಿಜ ಸ್ಟೋರಿ. ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಟ್ ಕೇಳಕ್ಕೆ ಮೈ ವೈಫ್ ಇಸ್ ಅವೈಲಬಲ್. ಸೊ ಆ ರೀತಿ those challenges were there. Then I started taking a dog along with me to anybody's house if I had to train before the dog school came up. ಎರಡು ಡಾಗ್ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಅವ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಪಿಂಗಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಜೊತೆಲಿ ಪ್ಯಾಕ್ ಮಾಡಿಸಿ. Then I started telling the owner is the one who should be trained and not the dog. It is always the owner to learn handling the dog, not the dog.
But back then people had time. Would they listen to all this stuff?
Very few. But then it started. It has to.
But was there a market for this?
Luckily, I knew few veterinary doctors, pet shops avaginda avarna request ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ತಗೊಂಡು. And ಕೆಲವೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೆ it was a new thing. ನಾಯಿ ಟ್ರೈನರ್ ಬಂದ ನಾಯಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋದ. That was one. Second, the advantage for me was people had this misconception, ನಾಯಿ ಮರಿಲೇ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಆಗೋದು ಅಂತ. Where Shakespeare is told an old dog can be taught new tricks anta. 10-year-old dog also can be taught everything a 10-month or a 10-week dog can be taught. Nice. Teaching ಬರಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ. ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಬರದೇ ಇದ್ರೆ you can give reasons. ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಬರೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? Training. What are you doing? Are you getting the dog to do, or are you teaching the dog to do? There are two different things. Earlier method, which was the so-called outdated method or negative reinforcers or whatever, where you are squeezing the ear of the dog, pressing him down. Even though a lot of places they still do the same thing in training. Choke chain come much later. So ಎರಡು ಬೆಟ್ಟಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಸ್ಪೈನ್ ವೀಕ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿಸೋದು, ಶೋಲ್ಡರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಡೌನ್ ಮಾಡಿಸೋದು, ಅಂಡ್ ಕಾಲ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಪ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕಾಲ್ ಎತ್ತೋದು, ಶೆಕ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಸೊ that was what was taught. Now then it was correct. Now then came choke chain. So choke chain ಹಾಕಿ ಟೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಾಯಿ ಕೂತ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಕತ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗೋದು, ಬೆನ್ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಹೋಗೋದು. ಚೋಕ್ ಚೈನ್ ಕೆಳಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಡೌನ್ ಹೋಗೋದು ಅನ್ನೋ ತರ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು then, and that was correct later. And then came another thing where you use treats ಅಂತ ಬಂತು. So choke chain ಜೊತೆಗೆ treats ಬಂತು. ಆಮೇಲೆ dogs are getting used to treats ಕೊಡಬಾರ್ದು ಅಂತ ಬಂತು. There are a lot of people today also, they have weekend classes or online classes for pet parents, teaching them to take a treat, take it around on top of the dog's nose, he'll sit down, give him and tell him goodbye. Anta. Yes, so what did you teach the dog there? You taught the dog to follow the treat. When you don't have the treat, the dog will not follow.
So what's the right way to train a dog? Teaching.
That's what I'm telling. Idella, I am making him do. I'm not teaching him. Right? So what is the difference? For example, sit here. You have a food bowl, hold it with you, with your puppy at home. Wait, he'll sit. He himself will immediately sit. Reason why he's sitting, dogs need eye-to-eye contact. Or even to see the food, you are at a higher elevated place. And his neck will not go beyond a limit. So he has to put his back down to see up. If he has to do that, he will sit. Don't tell him sit. The moment he sat, give him food.
Okay.
Let him first understand that this is a posture that they like. That I get something in return. Multiple times ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವನಾಗ ಅವ್ನು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ ನೀವು ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ, ಅದರ ಹೆಸರು ಸಿಟ್. The reward is named as sit. So next time you say sit with nothing in your hand, the dog will sit expecting the reward. ತಕ್ಷಣ ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ತಲೆ ಸವರಿದ್ರಿ, ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಟ್ರೀಟ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. So you are converting food in the pet ಗೆ. Food ಗೆ ನಾಯಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಕಾಣತ್ತೋ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪೆಟ್ಟಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ಯಾಂಪರಿಂಗು ನಾಯಿ ಹಂಗೆ ಕಾಯ್ಬೇಕು. If you are, for example, say 29 days you pay salary for coming at 10 o'clock. 30th day you will tell them, I'll give you salary if you come at 6. Lot of them won't come on the 30th day. It's okay, I've got 29 days salary. एक दिन नहीं आया तो भी चलेगा. Big deal. Why? When you already used to come, getting up at 8, getting ready and coming by 10, one day I have to get up early and come early for that one day. Half day leave. Right? That's what happens. You give so much of love to your dog, so much of food to your dog, so much of treats, and then expect them to listen to you. They will not listen to you. Why should they listen to you? What will they get in return?
Sir, food ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಮಾತಾಡೋಣ ಸರ್. ನಾಯಿ food ಬಗ್ಗೆ. And all those latest brands that's coming up, vegan, focus more on vegetable. What are your thoughts on that?
See, right? So when you're talking about food, you ask me, what do I think? You don't have to think. Why? What is there to think and plan? You see, it is very, very evident. Dog eats from their mouth. You look at their mouth. Why are they called canine? C-A-N-I-N-E. What does canine mean to a human? The teeth here. Why God has given them longer? They are born like that because they are scavengers. They have to tear and eat meat. You don't get tear and eat vegetables. Right? One. So the teeth will obviously is your showroom for the storeroom that is, or your factory, that's your stomach. So the acids in the stomach are obviously in a way that the teeth would have raw meat, the stomach would digest raw meat, and the dog is healthy, lives longer. Now comes an intervention of business people who come in, make money out of the emotions of pet parents. So because pet parent is a Jain, he is a Brahmin, he is a Lingayat, he is a vegetarian, whichever religion, caste, whatever. So then we'll go there. Now, see, a human turning a vegan, it's his choice. And even in vegan, he's eating what God has made him to eat, plant products. For a dog, God has not made a dog vegan.
So you're forcing the dog to eat that.
Simple. 14-15 years birth ko nahi, 12 years birth karta. You are happy that your dog was vegan, and you are happier you killed him or her 2-3 years earlier. And then you have a lot of studies vetted by veterinary medicine companies that vegan food is excellent. You Google study, Google doctor, Google, if you ask Dr. Google or WhatsApp doctor, it will give you a lot of answers. Yes, vegan is very good, whatever, grain-free, grain diet, without grain, half-boiled rice, all that is very good because the more you feed your dogs, simple, go back to all those websites that's telling you this is good. Go to GoDaddy, find out who the website belongs to. Go back to our Zorba Corp, figure out who is invested. You go back to the same, after you give all your red rice and your vegetables to your dog, the medicine tomorrow that your dog will die of in the last 4 years, they are the ones who have given the content. It is a very, very simple cycle.
It's business.
You give carrot, dog will eat carrot. Look at the poop, grated carrot. So dog can only grate carrot. You wash it and make halwa out of it if you want to. No, please, if people are feeling, yenappa, you're talking about dogs, poop and halwa and all, all those things, thanks for the comments that are going to come from me. What else do you think people are doing?
Sir, I'll stop eating carrot for now.
A dog, sir, I'll tell you a few more simple things. A dog, right? After they poop, how do they clean their bum? Tell me.
There is no concept of cleaning the bum. I think they'll wipe it down on the grass.
That is if they have worms.
Oh, okay.
They turn around, lick their bum. After they pee or when they're sitting, they will go lick their private parts. After that, where their tongue is going, you decide. Your hand, your mouth, your face. Carrot example, you got bad. And now people will comment, oh, this dog guru is fat, he eats dog. I had one of my reel which got 5 lakh views and around 50,000 negative comments. I'd want to mention that, where I told, I have also done the crime. I unknowingly used to feed a lot of glucose biscuits. Glucose biscuit, dogs cannot digest glucose. They're carnivorous. They're very well carnivorous. So glucose biscuit increases glucose, hyperglycemia in the dog. That will affect their kidneys, livers, and a stray dog, would die way faster. Your breeder dogs would die way faster having glucose. This was a simple 30-second reel. Now, why so much of negative comments? I'll tell you comments. Our Parle G biscuit photo said this fellow, this fat man, when he was a baby, he was the picture of the Parle G. He eats all the biscuits in the world. That's why he doesn't want dogs to eat. Look at his size. My people ask me, sir, do we delete it? I told, don't.
How do you take it when people say such things?
Sir, why should I take it? You asked me for tea, masala tea, right? Say it was on the table. If I drink it, it gets into me. If I don't take it, either you will drink it or you will give it to somebody else who will drink it. Why should I take it? One, nobody went. See, you also got, how do you take it? Sir, understand why that person commented like that. Because this person for the last 10 years, he could not have a dog in the house. She could not have a dog in her house. One. So she started feeding the stray dog outside her house with glucose biscuit, thinking that I am supporting the dog. I love the dog. And suddenly one fine day, a fat person with a rotated moosh comes and tells that you killed 3 dogs in the last 10 years. Now, if they recollect, correct alva, there was one dog who used to come to the bakery. 4-5 years admele, that dog never came. Another dog came for 3-4 years. Then that dog stopped. And now another dog I'm feeding Parle G biscuit with my smoke or my tea. In the last 10 years, you killed 3 dogs giving glucose biscuits.
That guilt feeling.
They will never be able to accept that. It's difficult to accept. What is anger? Anger is only on yourself. Anger is never on somebody else. Nobody in the world will get angry on anybody else. The anger on themselves is shown on others.
Nice.
It's simple as that. So when they understand and accept, if suddenly somebody comes and tells you what you have religiously been following, thinking you're doing great, helping that push to show wagging tail, you're feeding biscuit. So what do you want to feed? Bring meat and give. Or buy the motte puff in the same bakery, eat the puff, wash the motte, give it to the dog. Buy a packet of curd and give it to the dog.
Nice.
Palatable, usable, protein, calcium, both are there for the dog. With egg as well as with motte.
So what do you feed your 200 dogs?
Sir, most or all of my dogs are on raw meat.
On raw meat.
They're all on raw meat.
Because they're on duty?
Duty dogs are on commercial meat, commercial food.
Oh, commercial food?
Yes. I have to feed them commercial food because raw meat, the meat that we are getting, first of all, is a lot of, we don't know how good it is. Second, the quality of meat, the quality of bird that died in duty. Now, World Trade Center, my dog is working. 8 hours, these two dogs, 8 hours each. With a break of 1 hour after every 1 hour, they have to check for bomb. Now, little bit of stomach upset in the meat that comes in.
So dogs have shifts over there?
Every dog works 8 hours, 6 day week.
Really?
Duty dogs.
8 hours?
8 or 6 day week. But 8 continuous hours irodilla. We give them, if they are doing smelling work, like you go to Radisson Blue Park Plaza Hotel at Maratali, they're in the gate where they're checking for bombs.
It was all supplied by you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it's for...
Trained, owned, supplied, presently owned by me.
So the person
and
taking care
dog
of...
and handler both belongs to Amrut Dog Guru Services Private Limited.
The handler is not a trainer, he's handler.
He's a handler.
Oh. Can you talk more about it? Because we are confused about who is a handler, and we think in the airport, when the police come with the dog, are they trainers or handlers?
They are handlers. They have trained the dog with a trainer, with a master trainer.
With a master trainer.
So, that particular handler gets 10 years or 9 years with one dog. What is the difference between trainer and a handler? Trainer trains the dog and trains the handler. Handler handles the dog.
Okay. Only with set commands?
Yes, set commands. Now, my bomb squad dog handler for 10 years experience also, you give him a dog, he'll give the command, groom the dog, feed the dog, bath the dog, take him and check for bomb and confirm. You give him another dog and tell him to train it to detect bomb, he will not be able to do it. Whereas, say police dog handlers, they train the dog with them, that particular dog, and do duty for the next 9 years. Right? After 2 or 3 or 4, when he retires, throughout his police career, he's trained 4 dogs. Whereas a trainer, one district has 2 dogs, 40 district has 80 dogs. A trainer has been trained 80 dogs and 160 handlers. So he becomes a trainer.
Oh.
A trainee, associate, team leader, team player, team leader. How you go in your software?
Yeah, software, yeah.
Similar things there, because how do you graduate? The more number of dogs you train, the more you learn what you shouldn't be doing.
Okay.
Each dog teaches you one mistake of yours about this dog. So if today I've trained 300 dogs to detect bomb, I know 300 mistakes I shouldn't do when I'm training my next 301st dog. That's why dog guru. What is dog guru? Dog is my guru.
Guru. Wow, nice.
Each dog teaches another thing that we should not have done or how we should have done it. So person experienced training 4 dogs, 5 dogs. Why the concept of trainer is not there abroad? Is because each one trains their own dog. That's how it should be.
Okay.
Now what we see in YouTube or the media, where there's a Belgian Shepherd or a German Shepherd walking beside them, looking eye to eye contact. The moment he sits down, he tells go, he'll go and come back and do everything, right? So that trainer, his job is training his dog for 8 hours a day. He's been doing the same thing and the same thing and the same thing and the same thing. So you watch that video and then you expect that you walk your dog 15 minutes in a day in a crowded place and your dog is going to walk with you like that. It will not happen. Whether he trains, you train, I train, it will not happen because the hours he's put in is very different.
Okay. Now coming back to the food, you said the dogs on duty don't eat meat, raw meat.
They eat, they will eat if given. I give them commercial food only because though it's got some preservatives and stuff like that, because there is a balance. Now here my dogs, school dogs or my kennel dogs, if there is a stomach up and down, we give medicine. That's as much. Then they're 1 hour late to the duty or a loose motion in the front of the gate of World Trade Center on a corridor is not accepted. So there is, like I said, if you belong to a community that you don't eat non-veg, then there is processed food for you, for the dog. It's processed in a way that the dog accepts. A lot of them talk to me. They're like, "Sir, on the commercial food, imported food bag, we saw a pumpkin, pomegranate, piece of chicken, and a piece of fish, and it's 3,000 rupees a kilo, or 2,000 rupees a kilo. Whereas this 1 kilo of combination of say 1 kilo pumpkin, 1 kilo pomegranate, 1 kilo of everything put together, also 300-400 rupees. So why should we use a commercial food preservative? We will only give pomegranate, we'll only give pumpkin, we'll only give chicken in the house." It is very similar and identical that if somebody in your family has iron deficiency, please go in the early morning to your gate, hold the gate and bite it for 10 minutes. You will get iron and vitamin D. Because iron is there in the gate. Or TMT bar. Bite the TMT bars. You get iron. It is made into a syrup or a capsule that your body can accept and dissolve, go to your blood, give you hemoglobin. That becomes your iron. So what I saw there, I used it here and there. There is carrot beetroot, I also gave carrot beetroot. Only different is your poop will be red color, peeled carrot, grated carrot for the dog.
My problem is I'm a creative person. I imagine everything. The biting gate, I was sitting and imagining.
That's how. See, you have a dog. You have 2 dogs at home, right? So you see the dog food cover. There are 4 things on that. There is meat, chicken, or fish, or something. Then you calculate that. ನಾನು ಅದನ್ನ ಮನೇಲೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, ನಾನೇನು ಕಮರ್ಷಿಯಲ್ ಫುಡ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಹಂಗಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ. there's this negative comment on my test, ಅದೇನು ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, review. Somebody from Punjab, their dog had a lot of skin issues. It used to keep scratching, hair fall, and biting things and things like that. So they took a consultation, paid consultation with me, online Zoom consultation. And then after a few days, they put a review telling this person knows nothing about dogs. Whole 40 minutes consultation, he only told what I should feed, what I should not feed, and did not address the problem that my dog was scratching. Your dog is scratching because your dog is intolerant to milk. And you are giving kaju barfi, kaju katri, badami halo. So what you are feeding... Hal dogs digest agala. They are all lactose intolerant. Puppy teeth biddid takshana, milk digestion into dog. Akasmat, if the mother dies, you still go back to goat's milk for dogs. Goat milk.
Oh.
If you have a good breed or any breed, the stray dog, somebody watching this owns an NGO, they got a stray mother in the rain and she delivered puppies, but she couldn't survive. So adak Nandini hal kotre, puppies also won't survive for long. Goat milk is needed because the pH, these things matter a lot in animals.
Okay, tell me about this episode that who wrote a review.
So what you feed is what they're going to come out with. And then, if it's allergic, hair fall is happening, you're giving allergy food. So I told them a couple of things. Either go for hypoallergic diet. You get hypoallergic diet in commercial food today. Any allergy that has, it will reduce. Go to your veterinarian. बार जाते हैं सर, वो अविल देते हैं, सिट्रिजिन देते हैं, कम हो जाता है, कल से शुरू हो जाता है. Exactly. Right? So you think that's a SOS medicine. Now, what is that you're feeding? Second, dog is not neutered. And they told exact seasons, once in 6 months is when this increases. Because female dogs around in the community are getting into heat. His hormones are making him scratch. Food is making him scratch. So going back to the roots, give him raw meat. He's eating meat. You're Punjabis. You have meat at home. Give him raw meat. नहीं वो हमेशा हमारा किचन ही देखता रहता है. There is smell coming, he will see. So that doesn't mean that he needs food. We need to know how much to feed him. We need to know what to feed him. That's when he's going to live longer and stronger. He'll die 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 years young. See, today 8-9-year-old dog is an old dog, whereas a dog can live 14-15 years.
Wow.
My first TED talk, I think when 10-12 years ago, must have been. A Belgian Grenadier called Angel who was there with me on the stage. She's still at home. She's 12, 13, God forbid. She's on raw meat from when she was 40 days.
What raw meat do you feed?
Chicken. See, if you're giving chicken of, say, example, 100 grams, when you give red meat, give 60 grams or 70 grams, a little lesser.
Which red meat?
ಮಟನ್
Mutton.
ಚಿಕನ್ ಮಟನ್ನೇ ಕೊಡೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೇಲಿ, ಬ್ರಾಹ್ಮಣರ ಮನೇಲಿ. ಇನ್ನೇನು ರೆಡ್ ಮೀಟ್ ತರಲಿ, ನಾನು ಮೀಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೋದು ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
Nice. I'll ask you a few questions. It's like provoking few things. What are your thoughts on dog whisperers?